Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Smart English Hub. Hope you all are fine. This video is about 6th class English. Friends, in our previous videos we have already discussed Unit 2 Reading A. In this video we are going to discuss Reading B, Poem in the Bazaars of Hyderabad. Are you all ready friends? Okay, let's get started. Here we can see the title In the Bazaars of Hyderabad. This poem was written by Sarojini Naidu. It was published for the first time in 1912 in Sarojini Naidu's book The Bird of Time. This poem is about the social life in the city of Hyderabad, India, where Sarojini Naidu was from. This poem lines are like the conversation between the vendors and the buyers in a bazaar. This makes the readers feel that they are present in the bazaar. This poem was written during the Indian independence movement. Now let us come to know a few more things about the poetess Sarojini Naidu. She was born on Feb 13, 1879 and died on March 2, 1949. She is also known as the Nightingale of India. Friends, do you know who gave her this title? If you know, please comment it in the comment section. Here we can see B reading poem in the bazaars of Hyderabad. What do you sell, O merchants? Richly your wares are displayed. Turbans of crimson and silver, tunics of purple brocade, mirror with panels of amber, daggers with handles of jade. What do you weigh, O vendors? Saffron and lentil and rice. What do you grind, O maidens? Sandalwood, henna and spice. What do you call, O peddlers? Chessmen and ivory dice. What do you make, O goldsmiths? Bracelets and anklets and ring, bells for the feet of blue pigeons, frail as a dragonfly's wing, girdles of gold for dancers, scabbards of gold for the king. What do you cry, O fruitmen? Citron, pomegranate and plum. What do you play, O magicians? Spells for eons to come. What do you weave, O flower girls, with tassels of azure and red, crowns for the brow of a bridegroom, chaplets to garland his bed, sheets of white blossoms new garnered, to perfume the sleep of the dead. Here in the first stanza, the speaker is asking to the merchants that, what do you sell, O merchants? Here, O means you, which is used in the past, especially to address more than one person. And merchant means a person whose job is to buy and sell products in large amounts. Richly your wares are displayed. Here, wares means goods that someone sells in a market or on the street are displayed. Displayed means to put something in a place where people will see it, to show. Okay friends, here the buyer is asking to the seller that, what are you selling, O merchant? All the items are being displayed here. Then the merchant replies that he sells turbans of crimson and silver, tunics of purple brocade. Here turbans means a covering for the head, and crimson and silver. Crimson means a dark red color and silver colored. Here the merchant is telling that he is selling turbans of crimson and silver color. Tunics of purple brocade. Tunic means a piece of clothing that fits loosely. Okay friends, it often has no sleeves. Brocade means expensive thick cloth with a pattern woven into it. Here merchants are telling that they are selling turbans of crimson and silver color and tunics of purple brocade. Okay friends, next, mirror with panels of amber. It means mirror with panels of what? Amber. Amber means a hard yellow brown substance used for making jewelry. Here mirrors are decorated beautifully with panels of amber. And next thing is daggers with handles of jade. Dagger means a type of knife used as a weapon, especially in past times, with handles of jade. Jade means a precious stone used for making jewelry and art objects. Here, I hope you have understood. In the first stanza, merchants are telling that they are selling turbans of crimson and silver color, tunics of purple brocade, and mirrors with panels of amber, and daggers with handles of jade. Now let us see the synonyms of this first stanza. Oe, a meaning you, used in the past especially to address more than one person. Merchant, a person whose job is to buy and sell products in large amounts. Wares, goods that someone sells in a market or on the street. Displayed, to put something in a place where people will see it, to show. Turban, a covering for the head. It is made by folding a long piece of cloth around the head. Crimson, a dark red color. Tunic, a piece of clothing that fits loosely over a person's body. It often has no sleeves. Brocade, expensive thick cloth with a pattern woven into it. Amber, a hard yellow-brown substance used for making jewelry. Dagger, a type of knife used as a weapon, especially in past times. Jade, a precious stone used for making jewelry and art objects. Friends, please note down all the synonyms in your notebooks. Now let us move on to the second stanza. Friends, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Smart English Hub, and also please share my videos with your friends. Here we can see what do you weigh, or vendors. Now this is an other stall. Here vendors. Vendors means someone who sells something. Here the customer is asking that what are you weighing? Vendor. What he is selling here? Saffron and lentil and rice. Saffron means an orange yellow flavoring food coloring, friends, and lentil and rice. Vendor is selling saffron, lentil and rice. What do you grind, O maidens? Here maiden means a girl or a young woman. The customer is asking that what are you grinding, O young girl, or a young woman? Then she replies that she is grinding sandalwood, henna and spice. Next, what do you call, O peddlers? Jasmine and ivory dyes. After vendors and maidens, now the customer is near a peddler. See here, friends, the basic difference between vendors and peddlers. Vendors sell something sitting at one place, but whereas peddler means someone who goes from one place to another for selling the things. Okay friends, this is the basic difference between vendors and peddlers. Now here, what the peddlers are selling here? They are selling jasmine and ivory dyes. Ivory means the yellowish white bone that an elephant's tusk is made up of. And dice means a small block with 6 sides marked with spots. We use dice while playing snake and ladder, ludo, isn't it friends? In the second stanza, the customer goes to the vendors, to the maidens, and at last to the peddlers. Now let us see the synonyms of this second stanza. Please note it down in your notebooks, friends. Vendor, someone who sells something. Lentil, round flat seeds used for food. Maiden, a girl or young woman. Peddler, someone who goes from one place to another selling things. Ivory, the yellowish white bone that an elephant's tusk is made of. Dice, a small block with 6 sides marked with spots. Now let us move on to the third stanza. What do you make, or a goldsmith? Now the customer is near the goldsmith. Goldsmith means a person who makes gold items. Okay friends, wristlets and anklets and ring. When the customer asks the goldsmith that what are you selling, then the goldsmith replies that they are selling wristlets and anklets and ring. Wristlets means a bracelet. Okay friends, an anklet means a chain worn around the ankle, and rings. What are the goldsmiths selling here? They are selling bracelets, anklets and ring. Okay friends, and they are also selling bells for the feet of blue pigeons, which are as frail as a dragonfly's wing. Besides bracelets, anklets and ring, goldsmiths are also selling the bells. For whom? For the feet of the blue pigeons, which are frail. Frail means thin and delicate as a dragonfly's wing. Friends, I hope you have seen the dragonfly's wings. They will be very delicate. And they are also selling girdles of gold for dancers. Girdles means here a belt which is worn around the waist. Okay friends, they are making girdles for the dancers and scabbards of gold for the king. Scabbards means a cover for the blade of a sword or dagger. In this third stanza, when the customer asks the goldsmiths that what they are selling, then the goldsmith replies that they are selling wristlets, anklets, rings and bells for the feet of the blue pigeons, which are as delicate as dragonflies' wings. And they are also selling girdles of gold for dancers and scabbards of gold for the king. Is that clear, friends? Now please note down the synonyms of this third stanza. Friends, if you are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and also share with your friends. Here are the synonyms of stanza third, friends. Goldsmith, a person who makes gold jewelry. Wristlet, a band or bracelet worn on the wrist. Anklet, a chain worn around the ankle. Frail, thin and delicate. Girdle, a belt or cord worn around the waist. Scabbard, a cover for the blade of a sword or dagger. Now let's move on to the fourth stanza. What do you cry, O a fruitman? Here, cry means not crying here. Cry means in a loud voice. What are you selling, O a fruitman? Citron, pomegranate and plum. The fruitman is replying that he is selling citron, pomegranate and plum. What do you play, O a magicians? Spells for eons to come. After merchants, vendors, maidens, peddlers, goldsmiths, now the customer is near the fruitman's stall. Now, what the fruitmen are selling here? They are selling citron, pomegranate and plum. Is that clear, friends? They are selling all these fruits. And then the magicians are playing some magic tricks and they are spelling for eons to come. Spell means here to form a word or words with the letters in the correct order, and eons means an extremely long period of time. Friends, I hope you are understanding this poem. Now please note down the synonyms of this fourth stanza. Spells, to form a word or words with the letters in the correct order. Eon, an extremely long period of time. Friends, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Here comes the last stanza, friends. What do you weave, O flower girls, with tassels of azure and red? Now, the customer is near the flower girls. Friends, if you are new to my YouTube channel, then please do not forget to subscribe, like and share. And if you have any suggestions or queries, please let me know in the comment section. What are you weaving, O flower girls, with tassels of azure and red? Tassels means a group of strings tied together at one end and fastened to clothing or objects for decoration. Azure and red. Here azure means bright blue colored. Okay friends? Crowns for the brow of a bridegroom. Chaplets to garland his bed. Sheets of white blossoms new garnered to perfume the sleep of the dead. Here the girls are working on crowns for a bridegroom. means a man who is about to get married or newly married, as well as chaplets means a type of rosary to cover his bed. The flower girls describe how they are also making shrouds for the dead. Friends, almost everything is available in the bazaar. Have you ever visited the bazaars of Hyderabad? If yes, please let me know in the comment section. And also, if you have faced any funny or embarrassing moment with the sellers, you can please share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet subscribed. I hope you have understood this poem. Now, please note down the synonyms of this last stanza. Weave. To make cloth by repeatedly crossing a single thread through two sets of long threads on a special frame. Tassels. A group of strings tied together at one end and fastened to clothing or objects for decoration. Azure. Bright blue. Crown. A circle made of gold and jewels that a king or queen wears on his or her head. Bridegroom. A man who is about to get married or has just got married. Chaplet, a wreath of flowers, beads and leaves worn on the head. This poem tells us that there is no need for foreign products in the marketplace. Through this poem, Sarojini Naidu wants to show the beauty and importance of Indian tradition. She encourages the Indians to buy goods from the traditional bazaars and urges the Indian people to take part in the Swadeshi movement and boycott all foreign products. Friends, I hope you have understood this poem, and if you have any queries regarding this poem, please let me know in the comment section. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment on my YouTube channel, which is Smart English Hub. Friends, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and also YouTube. Thanks for watching my video. Let's meet in the upcoming videos. Till then, keep smiling and keep subscribing Smart English Hub. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.